All right, and we're live. Hey, everybody, and welcome to episode 50 of the Multiverse show. We made it, boys. We are episode 50. Oh, my gosh. Fame, when we started this podcast over a year ago, did you think we were going to get to 50?
No, man. I figured I would have died of a heart attack or a stroke by now, but we here. Let go.
All right. Let's introduce our co-host for the evening, starting with the co-founder, The Rock. We're the main members of this podcast. Without him, we would not have a show, Fame Entertainment.
See, these are all facts. The facts that you people need to know. What's going on, people? Fame Entertainment from TICGN.com. And welcome to episode 50 of the Multiverse show, the greatest show and formerly greatest podcast on a Monday. Glad to have you guys here. Let's go. Yeah, buddy.
All right. And our co-hosts in sequential order, Nick.
Oh, what's going on, guys? Glad to be here for episode 50.
All right. And our final co-host for the evening, James, will not be with us tonight, from my understanding. Mike.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Mike from the Inner Circle. Welcome to episode 50 of the Multiverse show. It's great to be here. And Ben-Hur is the greatest game that I've ever played since Shenmue.
We not even gonna talk about Mike's standards for games anymore.
No, seriously,
You're
though.
just
Tell the story behind
on the leaderboard.
Mike.
Yeah.
Tell them the story behind the Ben-Hur thing.
All right. So the story behind Ben-Hur, it was a Sunday, right? So me and Ackerman are in a party chat, and he goes, "Listen, just go to the store now." Like, I was in the middle playing ukulele, and Ackerman's like, "Go to the store now, and I want you to download Ben-Hur, and just let me know what you think of the game live." It was, it's comical, man. Honestly, it's one of the worst games I've ever played in my life. Like, I could tell as soon as you start the game up, we were in the party chat, and I had Anchor dying because I was like, all right, right now, just from looking at the menus, I can tell this is a cheap ass game. If you haven't played it, it's literally you do 3 races on a horse. The game doesn't explain on a chariot. The game doesn't explain at all how you even race the thing. Like, I'm holding the trigger trying to accelerate, but that's not how you accelerate. It's just an awful time. But I got like 900 gamer score in half an hour though. So
it is on par with This Is Mayo, except at least this one was free.
You know what? You said this, Anchor. They knew their target audience. This is for people that just want to get a crap load of gamer score really quick. And that's it.
Yeah, I feel very bad for falling into that demographic, but welcome to being in that demographic, Mike. I can honestly say I clicked on Jar of Mayo 10,000 times for a platinum trophy on PlayStation, so I can't say anything.
Oh my God, man. All right, so for the evening, we have several topics we need to discuss. Several very weighty topics that need to be alleviated from the discussion. But real quick, I just want to kind of say thank you guys for helping us get to episode 50. I mean, I know when I was starting Multiverse that I didn't think we were going to get to 50. I think the original vision Fame and I had for the show was pretty much we were going to do it in seasons. Mm-hmm. You do like 10 episodes and then stop, and then do 10 episodes and stop.
We did it for a little bit, and then
we did like for like 2 seasons or something like that.
Yeah, you guys did 2 seasons because I used to watch it religiously.
Yeah, it was a good time, and I really liked kind of growing the podcast to just be me and Fame having a guest every week, and then we picked up Nick, and then we picked up James, and then we picked up Mike, and now it's a full squad. I like it. It's nice split of not where everybody lives, but everybody's opinions and the whole lifestyles and age groups, everything. It's great. I love it. Like, it's one of those things, man. I just love how diverse and fun this crew is getting together. And like I said this before on Twitter, like you could tell when we're about to have a show. Everybody starts to get a little frisky on Twitter. Everyone starts making jokes. Oh my God. But anyway, for the first topic, just briefly while we wait for everybody to show up in the chat, what have you guys been playing? It's been 2 weeks. Like, it's been 2 weeks and stuff. What's been going on? What you guys been up to?
For me, I've been playing. Well, quick backstory for some of you guys know, I actually have a issue with a tendon and joint in my thumb, so it's really killed my gaming. I've lost like 30 to 40% usage of my right thumb, so gaming has been tough for me lately. But for PlayStation, I've been playing Drawn to Death. Been playing it with the Double XP podcast crew. Double XP, got to catch that every other Wednesday. We're playing Drawn to Death, and then I just finished episode 3 of Telltale Walking Dead, A New Frontier, which episode 3 made me feel like I was Negan, which was amazing. And then tonight or tomorrow, I will be starting back up my backlog series, and then it'll begin with Far Cry 4. So, yeah.
So the backlog series is still going strong. I like to hear that.
Yes, I'm bringing it back because I actually got away from it for a little bit, but I'm going back to it. And I'm trying to go back between Far Cry 4 and Bloodborne, but I think I'm going to do Far Cry 4 first and then switch over to Bloodborne.
Yeah. The backlog has been a struggle lately. But I'm so glad I stuck with it at the beginning of the year. I knocked out so many games, and I just got like games I actually want to play left. I'm like just enjoying it. Like, yeah, man, this is great. Like, I think so far in the backlog, in terms of games I haven't even started yet, got Technomancer I want to do. I got to finish Sniper Elite 4.
Ew.
What?
Don't Technomancer. That's the worst $60 I ever spent on a video game.
Oh, I spent 10.
Made me throw up. You wasted $10. Horrible game. Horrible game.
The thing is, I know what I'm getting into at least that much. But like, I finished Dishonored 2 a couple days ago. Finished all the Mass Effect games. I'm in. It's been fun. Doing the backlog. Not bad. All right, what about you, Nick? What you been up to?
Did Order 1886 done. Uncharted 4 done. Have to do a crushing playthrough on that. Started Horizon Zero Dawn a couple of days ago. That was really fun. Xbox wise, I've got Voodoo Vince I've got to go through. Got Guardians of the Galaxy from Telltale I got to do. And Minecraft Story Mode and a bunch of other games that I picked up on sale that I'm really regretting adding to the backlog. Way too many games. Oh, and also I've been playing the hell out of Drawn to Death because that's the most cartoonish fun.
Yes, I love that game.
I cannot stop incessantly giggling while killing people in that game. I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
All right, Dan, we got to play together, my brother.
Hell yeah.
What about you, Mike? What you been playing?
So for me, I'm still working on Breath of the Wild. I finished Rise, Son of Rome, first time playing it. I actually thought it was a really good game. Game kind of got a bad rep when it first came out, and I don't understand why. I mean, I enjoyed Rise. So I finished that, and in between, I've been playing Black Ops 2 on backwards compatibility, getting my level up in that. It's funny because with that game, I had originally played Black Ops 2 on PS3, and I got up to like 3rd Prestige or 4th Prestige. But this is my first time playing it on Xbox. So literally it's like I'm starting from scratch, but I'm working my way through that. And then I've also been playing ukulele, and I just started City Skylines. So,
dude, I just want to say really fast, Legend of Korra is like $5 right now. And if you haven't played this game, dude, don't get hit. Listen now. don't get hit. Don't get beside yourself. Legend of Korra, when it was $15, it'll be one of the best $15 you ever spent on a game. It's $5 right now. $5 for Legend of Korra. Go buy it. Trust me. Fun game. And haters are gonna hate.
Don't trust this man.
Haters are gonna hate, man.
All right, guys. So what I've been playing lately, like I said, I finished Dishonored 2. At least in terms of Xbox, I've basically been playing little Titanfall here and there, still playing Andromeda, pretty much on the weekends. A little bit of Rainbow Six Siege, Overwatch, playing that event. Elite Dangerous lately. I have been getting real big into Elite Dangerous. It has been sucking my time away. Like, so much so, it took away my hype to play a ukulele. And I've been dabbling a little Voodoo Vince, a little Snake Pass. whenever I get the chance. And on PlayStation side, I'm still playing Horizon Zero Dawn. Finished Last of Us. Finished The Order 1886. This is Mayo. I got all the Uncharted I got to play. Oh, boy. And that pretty much covers me, though. I think that's everything. Then I got Prey on the horizon. Oh, God. Oh, my gosh. Prey is going to kill me. Oh. Who else is excited for Prey? Since we're talking about it.
Oh, I am. It's one of the games that I predicted would get a reboot or a reimagining. So, me, yeah, buddy.
I'm surprised it even came out then.
Hey, man, yes, everything I love dies. This is true.
Well, see, everything Fame loves dies, and everything I declare Game of the Year usually sucks. So I'm not going to declare Prey Game of the Year until I have it.
Hey, Horizon. I loved Horizon from the moment I saw the first trailer, and it came out, and it was everything I knew it would be. And I am sitting by my PlayStation waiting for a DLC or part 2. And the day that happens, I will disappear for at least 2 weeks.
Yeah, see, I'm really looking forward to Prey. I'm not going to say it's Game of the Year because anyone who knows me knows that I predicted the Mafia 3 would be Game of the Year last year. So, yeah.
You know what? I have I bought Mafia 3
right there.
I started Mafia 3 and I just stopped playing it. I don't know why. And I was so happy when I was playing it, and then something happened. I was like, oh, I'll come back later. And I haven't been back since. What the hell am I doing? I forget I even had it.
What's wrong with you, man?
I don't know. I need to get back on it. I'm a bad person.
That game, Mafia 3, is so weird because it's like the story is like masterclass. It's a great story. But it's just the gameplay is just kind of phoned in like, make an open world game. Get to work.
I'm not going to lie. I kind of wish it wasn't an open world game. I wish it was kind of linear.
Yeah, I could see that. Like highly polished linear levels.
Yes.
I could see that.
It's so gratifying being called the N-word and then stabbing somebody right through the neck. It feels so good.
Yeah, I have to admit the best part of Mafia 3 that I enjoyed was chucking Molotovs into a KKK meeting. That was probably the most rewarding moment in that game. It was like, this feels so good.
Undead is one of us. One of us.
Yeah, man. So Prey is getting a demo this week, which is a little surprising, honestly. I didn't expect a demo. Did any of you guys think of it was going to get a demo? When was the last time a single-player game got a demo on Xbox?
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I certainly wasn't expecting it.
At least I don't think
got one on PlayStation, but that's the last. Well, then some Yakuza games, but on Xbox they don't really give you demos anymore.
I think it's the new I'm starting to think I've seen it a couple times on the PlayStation platform. And like you start looking at like the early access you get through EA Access, like the 10 hours you get to play or whatever. I'm starting to think companies are now more relying on their games to actually sell their games. So by being like, hey, here's a free playable demo of our game, you might be able to hook some people that you couldn't get before. But the biggest risk is that demo that you release has to be crisp and clean and runs perfectly, because if it's glitchy at all, you're going to sink your own hype train.
That's a good point. That's a real good point. But I know personally, I'm not playing that demo. Not doing it.
No.
I don't want to spoil myself.
I'm more prone to play like demos and betas for multiplayer games than I am single player games, because with single player games, if you get immersed in the demo and then you're like, oh man, I gotta wait like a month and a half for this game, I don't want to get into that funk. Like multiplayer games, yeah, I'll play it just to see what it's like or yada yada yada, but I don't know, with single player games I'd much rather wait till launch, which is stupid because if I played the Prey demo and it sucks, I could have saved myself a $69.99 purchase, but yeah, never know.
Yeah, you were on the fence. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, like with me, Prey's a game that's not really on my radar that much, so I probably am going to check out the demo for it just to see what it's about and see if I like it. So,
I mean, for me, I was already sold. I was sold. I was like, I'm in. I don't care. I'm all in. And for me, like, I don't really pre-order games like really far in advance. I might pre-order like the week before, like just so I have time for the for the download. Like, so when the game comes out, I'm ready to play. And I will tell you what, Bethesda is being real smart right now. They're not dropping these games on a Tuesday when all of us got to go work. They're dropping them on a Friday. Where it's like, you're getting off work. Here you go. You got the weekend. Go enjoy yourself.
It's Friday. You ain't got no job, and you ain't got ish to do. So pray.
Yeah, man. Man, you know the only thing that's gonna keep me away though? Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Coming out the same day as Prey.
Oh, can't wait. That's yeah. I think I'm not taking the wife. I'm not taking the kids. I'm going by myself to see this movie.
Like a social reject.
Yep. This is fact.
No joke though. Like, I used to think, well, I still kind of do. I had never gone to a movie by myself. I had never done it.
I did. I think the last movie I did it for, it was what's the movie with Will Smith and Suicide Squad. My wife was at work, my kids were at school and daycare. I was like, I'm home. My wife don't care about this movie. Let's go see it. And it actually wasn't that bad. It was early in the morning, so when that many people, it was just me and a couple of people in there. So I didn't feel awkward. There was a couple people in there solo dolo.
Mm-hmm.
Not that bad.
So the first time I ever went was to go see Logan. First time I ever done it, and it was like, this feels really weird, like which is really strange because going to see a movie is really just a singular experience, but you always go with people. Which is really weird. I never really got that. But anyway, speaking of Guardians of the Galaxy, the reviews are coming out right now. And have you guys seen any of these reviews yet? Anything?
F them reviews.
I know it's got like an 86%, I think, on Rotten Tomatoes last I looked.
Yeah, I was shocked to see it that low, honestly. Like, I couldn't believe it when I saw it.
Yeah.
I'm still excited for it. I'm still going to watch it regardless, but I didn't expect for it to get rated that low. I mean, that's not bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying 86 is bad. It's not bad or not low. It's just I didn't expect it to be that low for this particular movie.
Mm-hmm.
I expected mid-90s at least.
Mm-hmm. Now, the thing with Rotten Tomatoes in particular is it's not based on the actual score of a movie or a rating. It has mainly to do with just were there good reviews or were there bad reviews? And the percentage is good to bad reviews. So out of like 100% possible, 86% of all reviews are positive.
Right, and if you look down lower, it says that the average rating is a 7.2 out of 10.
Yeah. And considering the first one was like a 7.5, I'm not really surprised. I'm really not. And it's just not... I'm excited for it, but also at the same time, it's like, you can't have the same magic that was in the first one. Because the first one was, who the hell are these guys?
Yeah.
And they played on that. They kept making jokes about, it's like, I'm Star-Lord, man. It's like, who? And I love that. It was just, but now you can't do that joke anymore. It doesn't work. Everybody knows who they are now.
Are we going to finally get some Avengers like mix and references in this movie? Because isn't like Drax supposed to have a crossover at some point?
Yeah. It is one thing. Like, there's supposed to be a big... I heard there are 5 post-credit scenes.
Because at some point they have to begin to acknowledge what's happening, and you have to begin the tweaks at the crossover. You have to start teasing the crossover at some point.
Yeah, I mean they did a little bit in the first one, and like, it's not spoilers because the movie's been out for 3 years. You had a little time.
Remind me.
Like it's they talk about Thanos, who's like going to be the big villain in the last Avengers movie. He's going to be in there, and they talk about the Infinity Gems, but they're still really disconnected from everything else.
Yeah,
and this one is where they have to start pulling this together.
Yeah, I think they have to with this one. Like at least with end credits, you have to begin to push the two universes closer together. Not the two universes, but the two storylines where they have to start bringing them together at some point. soon.
That's right. Anyway, so one of the things I saw about the reviews is I was watching DC fanboys going at it, getting mad, and what was it? I saw a couple arguments in YouTube comments and such. One of them was only an 86%. What a failure! I'm like,
sounds like console fanboys.
Wasn't Batman versus Superman like 11?
It was 12. No, not 12. It was 25 actually.
And I like that movie.
What was Suicide Squad?
About the same. I think 28%.
That seems about right.
I like that movie too.
I just find that funny.
I do too.
Yeah.
I thought it was decent.
I don't know, man. I just feel like a lot of stuff, like I be against the grain, man. Like people like just hated Batman vs Superman, and I was just like, you know what? Not that bad. Maybe I'm just weird, man. I think people are just too freaking picky. I'm sorry, they're too freaking picky.
I'm with you on this. It's the same thing like you see with game reviews and stuff now. People are like, it's only an 86. I'm like, excuse me? When you went to school, was an 86 good? Did you run home with an 86? I think you did.
Yeah.
You, like, if you came home with a review score on your test from school and you handed it to your mom and you're like, Mom, I got an 86. She wouldn't be like, failure.
Garbage.
Get out my house.
Trash.
Garbage. Like I'm with Fame on this one. Like I go in with a lot of things. There's like Suicide Squad. Was it a great movie? Was it amazing? No, it was a decent film. I enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
And
It was
same
worth
thing.
the money I spent to see it.
It's same thing with games. Like I made a video a long time ago. I got downvoted like crazy because I said Duke Nukem Forever really wasn't that bad of a game, and people are like, "Oh, it was horrible." Blah, blah, blah. I was like, "No, it was kind of fun. It was enjoyable, and I enjoyed myself." Not everything has to be a ballpark hit. And I think with movies and this video games especially, everyone's looking for everything's got to be a 90. Everything's got to be this, and
It's because people are sheep. And they hate for you to form your own opinion about things. You have to go along with what the world is saying. So if the world is saying it's a bad movie, and you don't think it's a bad movie, then something's wrong with you because you're not conforming with what the rest of the world says it is.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I gotta agree. I think Last of Us was trash compared to The Order 1886.
Boy, podcast.
I knew it was coming, too. I knew it was coming.
I just honestly love that there's at least once a week I see that on Twitter from you.
Yo, when I did, okay, so I did a top 3 things we want at E3, and like the Dirty Bunny, what's his name? The Crazy Bunny, something about the bunny. He quoted my tweet and he put his 3, and so Anchorman quoted him and did his 3, and his third one was for The Last of Us 2 to be canceled. I was like, I ought to block you, bitch. Like, I ought to block you. Like, really?
Oh,
His
man.
wish list for E3 was for The Last of Us 2 to be canceled. Like, blasphemy.
Anchorman's E3 wish list for Sony: The Order 1887, The Order 1887, and no Last of Us 2. Done.
No, man. Having finished Order 1886, I will admit I was in the right mood for the game. I got it. It was cheap. I didn't put any real money on it. And it was like I was in the mood, and like I sat there and I beat the whole game in one day, and I was like, yeah, I'm feeling good. I like it. Having a good time. It was it felt great, and I enjoyed it, and I had a good time for what it was. It wasn't trying to be anything crazy. It was just to be like, yeah, we have some good visuals, and it's a pretty decent shooter.
Would you have been happy if you spent $60 on it and beat it in one day?
Yeah, I'd be disappointed if I spent $60 on that. I think I picked it for 15. So I mean,
I have it digitally. I got it for like $5, and it's just sitting there.
nah, man, I like the game a lot. It's a lot of fun. It's like,
Did he say 1 sec? And on a live podcast?
sorry, sneezing my brains out. All that.
This man.
All right, guys. Yeah, all I was really getting at was this: that it's a fun game, and it has so much potential for a franchise.
No, it
Where
doesn't.
like when I finished the game, I was like, I want to see more of this world. I
No,
want to
you
see more
don't.
from these characters. Going into
Oh.
and the thing from it though was that I just like from The Last of Us, I was done with Ellie and Joel. Their story is complete. I don't want to see a sequel. And the world was not interesting enough for me to say this needs a sequel just with somebody else. I was like, nah, this is number 7 on generic apocalypse ending. Like zombie apocalypse, just wait 30 years. Here you go. Done. Like the world was not interesting to me.
I think
Joel and Ellie were the best parts of that game. Joel and Ellie, that relationship was the best part, and they kind of have closure. And continuing from there is just dumb. I don't want a sequel.
You're dumb.
I think my biggest problem with going. I was gonna say, I think my biggest problem with going back and playing some of these games is there's quite a few guys that I've talked to extensively that hype these games. So I had really, really high expectations going in, and like my expectations were met to a degree. But like I haven't played The Last of Us yet. I have to pick that up. But like why I'm gonna take for example Uncharted 4. I played through the game. And I genuinely enjoyed the game. It was beautiful. It was fun. The thing was amazing.
There's conveniently boxes everywhere for you to jump on.
Yeah, the box obsession.
Okay, the wheelie boxes and the pirate.
They're conveniently everywhere.
Yeah.
No, I have a theory about every Sony game I have played so far. Every single game has had one maneuver in every single exclusive I played. It is the hey, give me a boost thing. Like one guy stands on the bottom and then puts his hands together and boosts up the other person. It has been in every game I have played so far. It is ridiculous.
And like my biggest problem with Uncharted was I felt like the first half of the game I was just climbing things. Like it sounds stupid. The climbing system's amazing in it. But I felt like I was just climbing things for 10 chapters. And then guess what happened after that? More climbing. But the story was really, really good. And I do have to say I get quite a chuckle at people saying that Quantum Break's gun and cover system and everything was trash, but they said Uncharted 4's was better. I was like, no, they're both bad. Stop.
Yeah. Oh, man. I don't know. No, to be honest, though, I mean, the Naughty Dog games are good. They're good games. They're not my thing, though. And
I play them 100% for the story because the story is amazing in them. Like Uncharted.
What?
But Uncharted. What would you, Mike? You've been sitting quiet. What you up to?
Not much, man. One of the games that I got to get back to on PS4, and I will do it eventually, is Horizon Zero Dawn. I mean, I'm early in the game. Like, I only did, like, the first 2 side missions, and then I started playing other stuff. But I don't know. I mean, with Horizon, other than the graphics, I'm not really seeing. Like,
listen, Horizon Zero Dawn is the game of the year. Stop being disrespectful.
You would say more so than Breath of the Wild?
Yes.
Wow. All right. It's an opinion. Like, I see. I don't want to say that the game is bad because I do see a good game in Horizon, and maybe I just need to keep playing it more. Like, I'm not going to give a review on it or anything based on like 2 hours worth of gameplay, but I see a good game there so far. I don't see a great game. I basically see Far Cry Primal and Tomb Raider 2013 mashed together, only with 10 times better graphics.
It opens up. I feel like I'm about halfway through the game. I got to the desert, and I've been in there for a while. Like, a little less than halfway. And I'm like, it's a good game. It does open up. I definitely see why people were saying it's a good, maybe great game, but it's no game of the year.
Hey, Anchor, if you want a challenge, don't get the Ancient Armory.
I'm not doing that crap. I hate how it looks.
If you get the Ancient Armory, it almost like ruins the boss fight because it's almost way too easily. Because that armory is like OP to the fullest. Like it's ridiculous.
What I do when it comes to armor and stuff like that is it has to look good first. Like the design has to look good.
I like the shiny.
I dropped out podcast and kicked me there for a second, but in regards to what Mike was saying about how it seems kind of bland, the beginning kind of takes a bit. I found once I got past the proving, everything picked up and the world opened up huge. Like the first 4 or 5 hours of the game is just basically them showing you this is your base mechanics and everything else. And then once you get past the proving, the whole world opens up and it gets a lot more fun. My biggest problem with Horizon Zero Dawn is I get so wrapped up in the scenery that I completely forget there's machines that want to kill me. And the amount of times I've been side-blinded by machines while looking at something pretty has just been way too many times.
Dude, it's crazy because when you first run into a Sawtooth, when you first complete, oh my God, this game and this Sawtooth is scary and I gotta fight this thing. But after a while you're like, Sawtooth. Whatever.
Yeah, it's cool it's cool how that progresses. I'm stuck in a spot right now because I suck at video games, but it's cool how the monster system progresses because eventually all the monsters you fear, you're just like, oh well, that's just that. But then there's this I've got to worry about now.
Like once you face a rock breaker or then you'll look back at a Sawtooth and what the hell was I scared of at the beginning of this game? It's so it is amazing. The storm birds are fun to fight. Dude, I cannot wait for a sequel. This is my most fun I've had in a game in a long time.
Yeah, man. What was it? I think it was the one where I realized it was Ravagers.
Yes.
And I was having such a hard time. I was like, damn, this is so hard. And then I realized, wait, I just use this the little bomb arrow, hit it in the back, pick up its own weapon, and just go to town on it and kill it in 4 shots. Wow, this is easy.
Once you take their components off, no matter what it is, once you take the components off, they're right. Even when you play the what's the T-Rex thing called?
Thunderjaw.
Thunderjaw. Yeah, just hit it in the head with the arrows that knock off components a few times, and he take off his disc and just hit him with his own weapon. Once you taking off their components, I give any advice on that game. Just take off their freaking components, and then you can render them almost useless.
Yeah. And I will say, based on what I've played of the game so far, about halfway, I feel like the game was entirely designed around the enemies. Because the enemies are such cool designs, and it's just a lot of fun. And it's because if you look at it, just in general, you don't see the weak points based on anything, and eventually you start realizing you don't even have to use the focus. You can just point them out, okay, that's the weak point. Let me hit that here. Yeah. You're really good at it, and it rewards skill. And you have to remember which arrows are better than others for taking out certain points. And you eventually, it's one of the most rewarding systems I've played with in terms of fighting enemies. It's a blast. I like playing it. It's just the story so far is kind of I can take it or leave it. I'm getting to the point where I'm I don't need to listen to the cutscenes anymore. And I'm I'll read the subtitles, and that's kind of it.
Some of the characters you really beginning the one anchor you keep posting him on social media.
Oh,
with the mohawk, I like him.
That pissed me off. I was listening to his voice actor, and he's talking about his sister dying, and I'm like, this man sounds so emotional, but his face, you would never guess what he's talking about.
And then the black guy from Quantum Break is in there.
They really, those facial animations are pretty bad.
Yeah, they're bad. Some of the one we got the guy, I'm not going to ever go back. I'm not going to do it. And his face is stiff. I'm so are you afraid or are you crying? What's happening here? It's pretty bad.
I was talking to the guy about his sister dying, and what was it? It looked like he would get more of an emotional response from someone stubbing his toe.
Yeah.
You hear it in his voice, he's so distraught, and his face is man, the sun's in my eyes.
But you can't tell me the moment little buddy threw that rock at Aloy, you wasn't ready to fight. You didn't feel bad for at the beginning when she's still a kid. And a little bastard threw that rock and hit her in the head. I was ready to fight, yo. I was yeah, I'm gonna kick his ass at some point in this game. And I was glad. Well, I'm not gonna say what happened, but I'm glad what happened to him happened. I didn't feel bad.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on to other topics that deserve our attention. So we got a lot to go through, man. Yeah, we got so much to cover. So sorry guys, these allergies are killing me. I'm dying. It's bad. So let's talk about Xbox Fanfest for a minute. So none of you guys have been to E3, so this is kind of more of a fill-in thing. Fanfest kind of started as this event that Microsoft would put together for basically people in the LA area or fans who came to the store like right before E3. If they stayed out all night and just kind of camped out, they would give them tickets to go to the conference and go to E3, as well as some parties and cool stuff as well for being fans. It's Fanfest. They did this for, I think, 2 years prior. Then I went to the one last year, and then they changed it to, okay, it's not just if you show up and you stay up all night. It's you have to show up there, and then if there are too many people here, you got to do this raffle where there's a chance you might not get in, and you do this raffle to find out, regardless of who was here longer. It was just pure chance. And like you meet people who when FanFest was kind of unknown, no one was really going out to go find it. But when it became known that you could go to E3 for free, people were like buying tickets, like airfare and like lodging, just to get a chance to go to E3. Just the chance. And there's no guarantee you were getting in. And like there was one guy who like flew from South Africa to get there, just for a chance to go to E3. And it's like, wow, that's ridiculous.
Well, I need to check my privilege then, because I was gonna go this year, but I got surgery and stuff coming up. I need to check my privilege then. I didn't like people did all that to go, and with the greatness that we have here at TIC, I can just kind of walk in. So I need to check my privilege. It's crazy. People
spending thousands of dollars for a chance. No guarantee they were getting in. That blew my mind.
Crazy.
And so this year they decided to do things a little bit differently. So the way the system's working currently is you actually had to apply online to get it. And you fill out these forms, you turn it in, and they were going to do a drawing about who got in. So at least you knew if you were going prior to the event. So it started, and I believe it started like at 9 in the morning when they drew the first tickets. And they came out, and almost everybody got in. Everybody got to go. And so it was like, oh, it's crazy. And then they came out, I think it was like 3 hours, I want to say. It said there was a glitch with the system. We're very sorry, everybody. Calm down. Like, you didn't get in. There was a glitch where it drew everybody. We got to redraw this. And so people were losing their shit, man. People were going nuts about this. People were like, oh, my gosh, like, this is, like, how dare they? I already booked my tickets. I already have everything. And like they need to reimburse me immediately. I'm like, that's a bit much. Like people are getting really pissed about this, and they keep screwing up point after point after point regarding this. So they put out this email to people who did it, and so they not reimbursing them per se, but they're compensating them for their time. They gave them 3 months of Xbox Live. As a sorry, we screwed up. We're redrawing it. They gave them 3 months of Xbox Live, and people are claiming for more. They're like, at least a year and then some for my inconvenience. And
people are entitled.
Guys' opinion on this.
Listen, they didn't have to do anything. Number one, okay. Number two, I was one of the people clamoring for them to do something. Give them something. Give them an Xbox Lab controller, code, something. People are entitled. They made a mistake. People act as if you don't go to a soda machine, put in $1, and you get 2 sodas. Like things break. No one purposely made this happen. Things break. Things glitch. You mess up at your job all the time. You're lucky your ass ain't got fired. What you need to do is calm down and be like, yo, if you bought your flight and stuff like that, then because you prematurely evacuated your house, that's your fault. That's your fault. I'm not giving them a pass. They did something for y'all, and I'm glad they did something for y'all. But at this point, get over it, move on. Mistakes happen, problems happen, things break. Technology isn't perfect. Okay, either you got in or you didn't get in. If you didn't get in, take your 3-month Xbox Live. Anybody who crying about their 3 months, if you don't want it, I'll take it.
I mean, I agree with you because to get into FanFest, I mean, it's free to get in there. So it's like, yeah, Microsoft messed it up because they took more than what they should have. But at the same time, for them to give 3 months of Xbox Live, I think that was more than a fair compensation for the technical difficulties. So
you didn't get this one free thing, so I'm gonna give you another free thing.
Exactly.
Come on, you can't complain about something that's free.
And people that are, it's like I saw a couple of people on my feed that were getting retweets and yada yada yada, and they were like, "Oh, I flight." And I'm sitting there going, "Flight already? If you didn't even know you had a ticket." If I'm doing anything of traveling, anything else, I am secured myself before I book. Generally, and people that were complaining about something that was free. And then they got something free in return. Like I could have, like, there's no way I could go E3 with everything going on right now. I even tried to get into FanFest, go, and they were like, "Oh, sorry, we couldn't get you a ticket. Something screwed up. Here's 3 months of Xbox Live." So even if I had no intent on going, I just got 3 months of Xbox Live for free.
Exactly.
Also, people are acting like you can't get into E3. E3 is public. Now, you can buy a ticket. I'm sure if you got money to throw down like prematurely on booking a flight, you can throw down on buying an E3 ticket.
Yeah, I'm tired of that too. It's like one of the guys I saw complain about this. He's like, "I have my flight booked, blah, 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 blah. I feel ripped off, yada, yada, yada." He's like, I'm sitting there. I have this guy on Facebook. I'm sitting there like looking at like the E3, which is in LA. I opened up his profile. He lives in San Francisco.
What's like a 2-hour drive?
I'm like,
that's really
okay.
Like a 4-hour drive, but
okay, so that's not an expensive flight. Like if I had done this, like say I didn't intend on going to FanFest for whatever reason, I had already, if I had gone ahead and pre-booked my flight, which is stupid because from where I am to LA, it's about It's about $100. So if I'm stupid enough to drop $900 on a chance to get a free ticket for an event, I'm probably not the sharpest tool in the shed in the first place. So,
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. People who book their tickets, like they booked the tickets after they got the confirmation. So they were like, as soon as it was 9 o'clock on the East Coast here, they were like, "Oh, I got in. Let me book it right now." Like, yeah, it's an inconvenience. That sucks. It really does. And I think Microsoft should make it right by them. Like, if you can prove you booked the flight, and you show it, I think Microsoft should say, "Okay, you're gonna get in. We're gonna make sure you get in." I think that would be fair. But like the other people who are like, "Well, some people had this. Like, did you have this problem?" No. And it's like, then take your 3 months and stop complaining.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you. Like the guy who booked a flight from South Africa. Give that man a ticket, for God's sakes.
Yep.
I don't even want to know how much it costs to fly from South Africa.
Seriously.
I mean, it's not like he's from Africa. He's like South Africa. So I don't feel bad for him. If he was like, like Africa, like big belly, like, and fly, then okay. Not about from South Africa. I don't really care. He ain't like you just so like struggling in life. No.
But whenever anything like this happens, anything backfires, the system doesn't work, there's the initial people that actually booked flights and did all this stuff and had like hotels booked, everything else. They did all this stuff and this backfires in their face, and that sucks for them. But then you have to account for the other 98% of people that'll piggyback on that and try and make it an "oh, woe is me" thing so they can get something out of it too. It's disgusting, really.
This is true.
Very true.
Yeah, I just like, okay, we've already established, like, and I changed the scenario for people who get really messed up about this. First of all, Microsoft's wrong. They messed up. They messed up twice because now there's the whole thing and people can't actually see the codes they were given. And so you need to like do this plug-in fix, and it's like, it's funny, but like Microsoft doesn't owe you anything for you to get something for free. And I changed the scenario to this. It's like, okay, let's say a stadium is giving out free tickets. Let's say they're doing just some raffle giveaway. They give free tickets to a concert. And they do this whole thing and like, yeah, okay. And they give it out and you find out you won. And they contact you a few hours later and say, hey, we're sorry. There was a mismatch. You didn't win. I'm sorry. You go and sue the stadium because, you need to reimburse me for me winning free ticket or for me not winning free tickets. Like, see, this sounds ridiculous to me. Like, there were people last year who flew out to Fanfest who didn't get in. They didn't get in, and they wasted their money on it. You see them complaining about it because they didn't get in? Yeah, there's probably a little bit of it because they wasted the investment, but still, like, it's not fair to Microsoft and the people who actually did suffer for you having this slight inconvenience. And I can't get down on that. That annoys me. Anyway. All right. Moving on to our other topic for the evening. Star Wars. We've had several little Star Wars bits and pieces of news coming up, and with May the 4th on the horizon, this is a good opportunity to talk about it. First off, you had Star Wars The Last Jedi trailers drop. Who actually saw it?
I saw the trailer. I thought it looks pretty good. Now, I did not see Rogue One, so take that with my opinion. I did enjoy The Force Awakens, but so I am looking forward to The Last Jedi. I thought the trailer was good, and my only thing, this is the only thing I got with Star Wars movies, and this is probably going to be a different topic. Are we reaching a point now where it's getting a little bit oversaturated? Because this is going to be the third year in a row that we've had a Star Wars movie. And normally there's like years in between Star Wars movie releases.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I kind of agree with you. I didn't go see Rogue One because I just don't care about Star Wars that much. And I will say I am a little thrown off by having it every year, every other year. It is kind of strange to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Didn't Disney come out and say that they've got Star Wars movies all the way up to like 2020 planned or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's like 2021 or something. They're going to have a Star Wars movie every year.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's just... I don't know. There's like the Marvel movies is one thing because you could at least be different. Each Marvel movie is a different kind of movie. Like it's okay, we got a magic one, we got a sci-fi, we got a space opera, you got a heist movie, you got all this kind of stuff, and it has some diversity too. I think they're trying to do that with Star Wars, but I just don't think it feels like that.
Star Wars is one of those things. Right. Star Wars is one of those things that doesn't matter how many times they release a movie. They can release a Star Wars movie every year for the next 40 years. A large amount of the fan base that will go and see it every year. Even if it's crap, they'll be like, oh, well, maybe next year's will be better. It's like people that buy Call of Duty on repeat.
Yeah, I don't know. What about you, Fame? You busy? All right, we'll take that. He's muted his mic for a minute. I don't know. So I think it was technically what we saw was a teaser trailer for The Last Jedi, and there's some confusion over it. But it looks a little darker. It doesn't remind me of Empire, which is a good thing. Because one of my big fears about the whole thing was that it was just going to be copies of the original trilogy, just with an updated cast. But this one looks different. It doesn't look like it's entirely like Empire. So I'm moderately excited. On a scale of 1 to 10, put my excitement about a 3. Where it's like you have my attention, but you don't, or you don't have my what's the phrase I'm thinking of? You have my you had my intrigue, but now you don't have my interest yet. Something like that.
Something along those lines.
I was thinking Django Unchained, but anyway. Fame, what do you think about Star Wars?
Oh man, I don't care about Star Wars. Like the only freaking Star Wars game I ever liked was KOTOR. As far as the movies go, I don't care about no Star Wars. That's why I sit here in silence.
But there's another game coming out though, right? Star Wars Battlefront 2. Even though I don't think we should call it 2, I think we should call it 3 technically, because whatever the hell that was 2 years ago was not Star Wars Battlefront.
Really?
Yeah, I was gonna say because it was Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2 already, so we're like on 4 now.
Technically, but in terms of actual sequels, this Star Wars Battlefront 2 looks to be really 3. What they put out there in 2015 was just a demo. I hated that.
It was the beta.
I hate it.
Basically.
It's boring. It's not fun at all. It's just, oh my God. It's just.
You want to know how interested in the Battlefront?
Go ahead.
My interest in the Battlefront series is I have it on EA Access. I download it onto my console. Don't even have any enthusiasm to turn it on. It's just
yeah, and I know they said that it's spanning the entire Star Wars universe, which I get. If you're a hardcore fan of Star Wars, you're going to get a lot out of that. And the story supposedly is canonical, is what I'm hearing. My interest and hype for this game is basically nothing at this point.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. The Battlefront series has I love Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2 from back in the day. Those were great games. I loved them. And for whatever reason, I just can't. When the 2015 Star Wars Battlefront came out, I was just, this is such garbage. Like, this is just not. They just ruined it. Namely because they didn't have any space battles. They didn't do anything remotely fun with the game. They had very limited stuff, and you could only be Rebels or Empire, which oh my God. And having only one era sucks. The whole point of Star Wars is it's multiple eras. It's multiple huge conflicts and great varying locales. It's supposed to be crazy and fun, not just this claustrophobic, boring battle. It's
Battlefield 4 reskinned with Star Wars.
And it's not even that, because I think what turned a lot of people off about Star Wars Battlefront was that it was so casual-ified, wherever you want to say it. And I mean, I understand what they did that because they wanted everybody to be able to play it, but it's like Anchor's saying, it just made it boring.
Yeah. The thing was, with Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2, the original 1 and 2, those games, they had the casual element. They chose their assault class, and they very much played that. But then after that, everyone else started playing engineer or pilots. And then it got a little more complex because you were playing a class-based thing. And It was enjoyable. It was fun. And I hope they go back to that. I just make it simplify Battlefield 4 combat kind of thing, where you have your classes and you play your roles and you do your thing, and that's it. It is just, and bringing back the eras is great. And oh my gosh, I want to see that game succeed so bad. I want to see it just totally.
Well, it has the potential now because they're saying they're writing a good story for it, and we all know who does that one. Is it?
Who says, "Oh, I'm writing a shitty story"?
Yeah, but let's put it this way: it's EA that's publishing, developing. It's DICE that does this game, actually, isn't it? Or is it?
It is DICE.
It's DICE. Okay, so Battlefield 1 actually had a good story, which was surprising. Faith more. But if they actually go and they make a good single player story, look at Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2 had a very, very good story, from what I hear. And people were actually buying that game for the single player story. They didn't care. So there was actually a good amount of my friends that bought it, played the single player, and then traded in because they didn't like the multiplayer, which is mind blowing for that series. With Battlefront 2, if they come out with a good story and a decent multiplayer, the fact that the DLC is going to be there's no seasons pass, it might entice some people. But the thing is when they say there's no seasons pass, everyone's like, oh, that means all the DLC is going to be free. Not necessarily. It might mean that they might go the expansion route. But wait and see. Because how's Titanfall 2 doing with like player numbers with the free DLCs?
All right, so this is funny. So when Black Ops 2 first went on backwards compatibility, and I went on, there was 93,000 people playing Black Ops 2 online and only a little over 9,000 playing Titanfall 2. So literally there's about 10 times more people playing Black Ops 2 than Titanfall 2.
Yeah, sad. It's sad.
Hey, I was going to say, I just remember someone was doing the comparison numbers because I think last weekend Black Ops 2 peaked at like 142,000 people. And across PC, PS4, and Xbox, there's only 92,000 people playing Battlefield 1. So, what does that tell you?
Yeah. Man, Star Wars. I want Battlefront 2 to be so good. I really want them to succeed. They've got to prove to me. They've got to do it. They got to prove to me they're going to do this right.
The shooter market's so competitive, you can't misstep in it because you're all fighting for the same style of gamer that plays FPS for a long period of time. Because like there's some people I know that like beat a lot of games and play a lot of games, and they'll play like say a Call of Duty game, and they'll play the multiplayer for prestige, and then they're like, oh, okay, I have enough of this, and then they dip to a different game. But if you really want to keep that community alive, and that's the problem with like multiplayer style games, is if you can't base to stick around and keep it interesting, your game dies. It's such a risk, and there's so many shooter games now. Last year when we had Titanfall, Call of Duty, Battlefield, and God, I think there was something else too.
Gears
all
was
dropped
too.
Gears in a month block.
Mm-hmm. Oh no. I'm just so distraught thinking about Battlefront. It's brought up all these bad memories, man. Just oh my gosh. So many cool things. I'm sorry, I'm really distracted here. It's really got me thinking. Weighing heavy on my heart right now.
Just let me play Darth Maul. That's all I want. I just want to play Darth Maul. Hell, give me an RPG game where I get to play Darth Maul. Please.
Oh, man.
God.
Yeah, it's just... Oh, my gosh. I remember me and my brother playing. And we were playing some of the Galactic Conquest stuff. And I remember we were doing some of the space battles. He was a really good pilot. And I was not. I would literally just get my ship and just try to slam it into the enemy ship and just bail. And just get on their ship, kill their guys, steal their own ship, and then leave. I love doing that. That was so much fun. I love doing that. Oh man, I hope it does what Star Wars Battlefront 3 was gonna do. The original Star Wars Battlefront 3. What they were gonna do is they were gonna make it so you could have space battles and large scale foot battles. So they were saying like, and there was like no load screen in between. Like in the Battle of Coruscant, you actually could fight on Coruscant and then just like take a speeder or take a ship and just fly into space for the space battle.
You would have to have a lot. That would be I would think it's probably doable, but the amount of players you'd have to make that not sparse.
I mean, 64 wouldn't be enough, I don't think.
Well, no, if you limit how many ships there are, if you put like 8 ships per side, or 12 or however many you want to do, right? It would be doable.
A 64-person match, you split it up into like 16 people in space, 16 people on the ground.
That can work.
What they really need to pioneer is, because we've got 32 versus 32 players now. Is there any games that do above that?
Not 64 versus 64, is it? No, it's not. No.
Not that I'm aware of. Now, there was a game on PS3 that came out last gen that was called MAG or something like that. And I think that had like 128 or 256 players or something like that. It was some ridiculous number of players. From what I remember, it wasn't a very good shooter. That was like its claim to fame, was how many players there was. Like I said, I think it was called MAG. I gotta look it up.
Yeah, I think MAG sounds about right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, I'm so excited. I want all these games to come out and be great. Right now, my attention's on Prey, and I don't know what to tell you. I just want to play Prey.
I just want all these games that I'm seeing trailers for to be like insanely good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like one game that really blew me away, I'm really glad I got given a copy digitally, is Resident Evil 7. And like my hype levels for Resident Evil since I was a kid have been like 0. And the game's like mind-numbingly good. And I want more games to have that. I want to see more of these games. Like Battlefront's got a bad rep now. I want to see them pull out something amazing. I want to see all these games come out. And I want Microsoft to give Cuphead a damn release date already. God damn it.
Oh man, it's been too long already. It's ridiculous. That's like one of my most anticipated games is Cuphead.
Yeah, man. I want to play Cuphead so bad. Quit teasing it, damn it.
That's what kills me with a lot of games. Like, if you're gonna, like, I understand building hype for a game, but don't show it to me for 3 years and I still don't have answers. Crackdown's done that. Kingdom of Hearts 3's done that to me. I have no doubt Final Fantasy 7's going to do that to people too. There's so many games where it's like
Shenmue's been doing it with me. Shenmue 3.
Oh God, yeah, that's been a bit of a train wreck there.
Yeah,
what's even going on with that anyway? Or does anyone even know?
I don't even think so. I think they released a couple screenshots. Maybe I don't remember if it was November 2016 or February this year. Maybe they released like 4 screenshots, and that's like all anybody's seen. I don't know.
It's crowdfunded too, isn't it?
Well, I think I have to look it up. Don't quote me on this, but I think once they reach their Kickstarter goal, I'm pretty sure Sony was helping to fund it. I don't think it's 100% crowdfunded. I say, correct me if I'm wrong on that. Yeah, because I was going to say,
I thought the deal was if they hit a certain crowdfunding marker, then Sony was going to pitch in money for it.
Yeah.
I thought that was... I don't know. I've never played any of the Shenmue games, so it's not really something on my radar. But...
Oh, man, it's worth it tracking down a Dreamcast just to play it. That's my favorite game of all time. If Shenmue 3 doesn't happen... Since it's been revealed, especially since 2 was such a cliffhanger ending, I'm going to be so disappointed if that game ends up not releasing.
Yeah,
which I don't think it is at this point, honestly. But
hey, you know what? Dreams can come true. The Last Guardian launched. Anything can happen.
You said to wait a decade.
Yeah, exactly. You may not be alive when your favorite game launches, but it will launch.
All right, guys. We're going to wrap things up here. Have a good show. Wow, Nick. Wow. I said wrap things up, and he's gone. Wow. All right, guys. Anyway, this has been a really good episode, episode 50 for the Multiverse show. Oh, now he's back. I see how it is. I said we're going to wrap things up. He's out. I'm gone.
My God, Google Hangouts hates me today.
All right. Anyway, guys, we'll wrap things up here. Fame had to leave a little bit early. Kids, you know the usual. But anyway, guys, just briefly go through the outros here. Start with Nick.
Oh, thanks for having me on the show. You can find me on Twitter at Undead3XVI. Keep an eye out for reviews coming on Friday. I've got 3 pre-recorded reviews that I'm going to release on Friday, Monday, and Tuesday next week for a couple of games. That's pretty exciting. And also, if you want to add me on Xbox Live or PSN, at Undead3XVI for both. And I will be dusting Mike and Anchorman in the Gamerscore leaderboard in a couple of days. That's all.
All right. And Mike?
All right, guys, it's Mike from the Inner Circle. Thank you so much for tuning to episode 50 of the Multiverse Show. Thank you for your support. And make sure you guys tune in next week and check me out on the Inner Circle at ticgn.com. You could also add me on Xbox One, PSN, Twitter, whatever, at Mike P. The Truth.
All right. And I also want to thank you guys showed up to episode 50 of the Multiverse Show, the greatest show on Mondays. Thank you guys so much. It's been Anchorman V2. You guys can follow me on Twitter, Anchorman V2. Same thing for PSN. Same for Xbox, everything. Beam, Twitch, whatever you care to look at me at. Even VidMe, I guess. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I really do appreciate everybody stepping out. It's been a lot of fun. We'll be here next week with maybe a guest on the show. We're working on. Anyway, guys, thank you so much, and we will see you guys later. See you.